Hello everyone, good morning. Today I'll be starting the very first chapter of the business studies, that is nature and concept or nature and purpose of business. So before starting the chapter, let's start with the basic idea about commerce and business. So the very first thing is the commerce stream after completion of 10th class. It's quite a popular choice in India. Why is it so? Because most of the students feel that the commerce stream offers them a wide arena of career options which can be pursued after 12th, and it would bring them both the success as well as the financial security very easily. So, however, what most students do not realize is that, just as the case with the science stream, a student also needs to have certain aptitude for commerce to be completed successfully in it. Then, if we talk about commerce, it is a stream of education which can be defined as a study of trade and the business activities, such as the exchange of goods and services from producer to final consumers. So, the main subjects that are taught in the commerce stream are economics, accountancy, and business studies. Okay, now business study, it is an important subject for commerce students, and here are some reasons why is it important. First thing, it is a subject that deals with the operation and organization of the business enterprises. Okay, the second thing is the main areas of the study in the subject include business organizations such as marketing, human resource management, finance, etc. Then it also allows you to observe and analyze the behavior of the different firms. Okay, and it also involves more than just mastering the art of doing business. Now let's come to the concept of business. So, what is it? What is the meaning of business? It means being busy, as you can read here. It means being busy. So it may be defined as an economic activity on a continuous basis, which involves production and purchase of goods for sale. Now, let's go through it in deep. As I said, means being busy in an economic activity. Now, what is economic activity? If we talk about economic and non-economic activity, you all know that people are busy in doing certain work. Okay, so all the activities related to production, exchange, distribution, and the consumption of wealth are known as economic activities. Understood? And if somebody is doing other than these activities, so all the activities which are not related to production, exchange, distribution, and are performed to satisfy the human wants are non-economic activities. So business, it refers to the occupation in which the people are engaged in the activities related to production, purchase, or sale. And then I said activity on a continuous basis. If we take the example of Amazon, if they are selling some products, they are sending you the products, then for them it is a business activity. Why? Because that is economic activity. They are going to earn something from that. So that is economic activity. Understood? So for them it is going to be economic activity because they are earning some money. And then for you, the one who is purchasing it, for the person it will be non-economic activities. As you can see here, people undertake various activities to satisfy their needs. The chef who is cooking in a restaurant, for him it is economic because from that he is earning something. But if the same thing is prepared by your mom at home, that is non-economic activity because she is not going to earn anything from that. See, human activities, they are divided into economic activities and non-economic activities. So if we talk about economic activities which are undertaken to earn money and money's worth and related to production and exchange of wealth. So whatever work is done related to production and exchange of wealth for earning of money, for earning some money, that is economic. Now, let's come to the characteristics of economic activities. It's related to production of wealth. As I told you, this is done to earn some money. Second characteristic is to satisfy human wants. Amazon is selling the good, he is sending the good, the one who will be receiving, his needs will be satisfied. Then expectation of earning money. Why business is done? To earn some profit. So there is an expectation of the manager, of the employees, that they are going to earn some profit. Then basis for economic development of the society. That's very obvious. If the business organization, they are going to earn the profit, obviously the people, those who are working there, they are going to get the higher profits, higher salaries, higher wages, and that higher income will lead to the economic development of the society. Then comes the non-economic activities. As I told you in that example, the chef was cooking in the hotel and your mother is cooking at home. So when he is doing for the personal satisfaction, why is she cooking? Because she wants you to get your needs fulfilled. She is cooking for her personal satisfaction, that her child is eating the food. So that is non-economic activity. Now differences between economic and non-economic activities. To earn money, first thing is to earn money's worth and for personal satisfaction. Then it can be measured in terms of money, it cannot be measured in terms of money. The self satisfaction or the personal satisfaction cannot be measured, but earning money from means working in some organization, it can be measured in the terms of money. Then money is the reward, mental satisfaction. Mother is cooking food for you, she'll be satisfied, she'll be personally satisfied. But if somebody is working somewhere, then obviously he needs some salary. Then types of economic activities. First of all, let me tell you, the human activities, as I told you before, they are divided into two: economic and non-economic activities. Then these economic activities, they are further divided into business, profession and employment. Getting it? Business, profession and employment. See, types of economic activities: business, profession, employment. Somebody is selling the ice cream, it's a business for him. Profession like chartered accountant, lawyer, doctor, all these are professions. Employment, employer is working under the employee to get the salary. Then let's come to characteristics of business. First characteristic of business is it is an economic activity. Why business is an economic activity? Because the person is doing an activity for selling the goods. He is doing the activity for selling the goods. He will be purchasing it from somewhere and then selling it to the customers so that he can earn the money. So it is an economic activity. It's not done for love or affection. Then production or procurement of goods. Now let me tell you, there is a difference in between production and procurement. Production means when you are producing the goods. Procurement means when you are obtaining it from somewhere. For example, business, it's capable to produce, then that business will be producing. But if it's not capable to produce, it doesn't want to produce, then what can it do? It can procure it. It can obtain it from some other organization in exchange of the money. Okay. So either they produce or they obtain it. Then it may include facilities offered to consumers like transportation, banking, electricity. All these things are business. Then sale or exchange of goods and services. Producing or procuring is not sufficient for doing the business. If I say the company has only produced the goods and then they are giving it to the family, is that a business? No. That won't be called as business. If they are producing it, then the next step should be that they should sell it in the market also. Purchasing is different thing, selling is different thing. So the goods need to be sold also. And dealing in goods and services on a regular basis. As I gave the example of Amazon. The company, the Amazon, they are selling it on a regular basis. But you are not purchasing it on regular basis. Okay, for example, you are selling your phone in second hand to someone. That won't be called as business. Why? Because you are not doing it every day. You are giving your phone to someone, you are giving some gifts to your friends. That won't be called as business, because first thing, you are not earning any money. Second thing, you are not doing it on a regular basis. So when production and sale of goods and services exchange is done on a regular basis, then that is only called as business. Then Earning profit, the main objective. The main objective of any business is to earn profit. Yes, other objectives are there, social objectives, personal objectives, all the objectives are there, but the main and the foremost objective is to earn profit. Then uncertainty of return. It's not like that if you have invested in the company, for example, say you have invested 1 lakh in the company, then in the first years or for few years, it's not means very obvious that you are going to earn more than that. Some years it may happen that you are going to earn less than what you have invested. So the return is very uncertain. It's not, you cannot predict in advance that you are going to earn profit in future. Then element of risk. It's very obvious, if you are investing somewhere, then obviously then there is a risk. You can't say that yes, exactly I am going to earn this much. Okay, so there is always an element of risk. So these were some of the characteristics of business: economic activity, production of goods and services, sale or exchange of goods and services, regular dealings, earning profit, uncertainty of return, and element of risk. Now, comparison of business, profession, and employment. Sometimes you may get confused between these, that what is business, what is profession, what is employment. Let me give you some examples before starting it. Under profession, you can include medical, legal, and accounting. Understood? In it, what comes? Doctors, lawyers, chartered accountants. Then for chartered accountant, what will be their professional bodies? ICAI, that is Institute of Chartered Accountants of India. Then for lawyers, it's Bar Council of India. For doctors, it is Medical Council. So all these can be said as a profession. Okay. First of all, mode of establishment. Based on entrepreneur's decision, membership of professional body, and appointment order. In any business, how is it started? If somebody wants to invest, it depends upon his decision that what type of business he wants to start. Whether it's going to be the chemist shop or general store, it's totally dependent upon the entrepreneur's decision. Okay. Then profession, he needs the membership of the professional body. You all know that if somebody is studying for chartered accountant or somebody is doing MBBS, then after doing it, after the completion of it, he is going to get some degree. So that degree, that membership is needed. And then appointment order. If somebody is working in the organization, अगर किसी को कहीं appoint किया है, then he will be getting the appointment order. Employer will be getting the appointment order or the letter. Then nature of work. As I told you before, business is providing the goods and services. Profession, doctors, they are rendering personal services or the expert services. Then employment, as the employee will say, the same thing the employer will be doing. Then qualification. In doing the business, as you can see, these general stores, okay, and other stores, these people, those who are sitting there, the entrepreneurs, those who are sitting there, they don't have minimum qualification. Okay, in case of profession, it is very high. They need proper qualification and training. In employment, as per the employer, as the employer will ask for it, they have to be that qualified. Then reward of return. In business, we earn profit. Doctors, lawyers, they get the fees, and in employment, the employees get the salary or wages. Then capital investment. In business, you have to invest the capital on the basis of the size of the business. Okay. In profession, it's very limited. If some doctor wants to start the clinic, then obviously it's totally about him that how much he wants to invest there. So it's totally limited. And employment, employer needs to invest some capital. Then risk. Business, there is always high risk. Why? You are investing and there are the chances of loss as well as the profit. So there is a risk. Profession, little risk. Then employment, no risk at all. Whatever will happen, whatever risk will be there, that will be totally up to employee. Okay, even if the company is going to suffer with the losses, then too the employer will be giving the salary to them. So there is no risk for them. Then Transfer of interest. Transfer of interest means, can that job be transferred to some another? Like, if somebody is sitting in the shop, if father is sitting in the shop, can that job be transferred to another? Yes, that can be transferred to his son. Profession, if father is doctor, can that same degree be given to his son? No, it can't be transferred. And same thing in the employment. The employer cannot replace himself with some another person, so that cannot be transferred. Then code of conduct. Code of conduct means laws or the rules and regulations. So in business, no code of conduct is prescribed, only very little are there. Then profession, yes, there are certain rules and regulations for them, they can't deny that. And in employment also, it is all up to the employee, the one who's giving the job, it's all up to him to give the rules and regulations. These are some of the examples for the business, profession and employment. So these were the basic comparisons between the basic differences between business, profession and employment.